Let's get some shine on us, shall we? Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Mark Saint. And every morning I get up and I love my life. I'm out here day after Christmas, pretty much got the whole park to myself. And by pretty much, I mean I got the whole park to myself. And this morning, I'm going to talk to you about something awesome. Yesterday I was trying to go live and my phone, cut out. And it was cracking and I was like trying to record a beautiful conversation that I had with my aunt. And we were bonding and we were stuck in traffic, but we were having such a good conversation trying to pull into the Bellagio, looking at the fountains, static traffic, but we were bonding, bro. Yesterday, I had such a family bonding experience. It's not even fucking funny. This whole last year, all I've been talking about is my anger issues and my temper. And lo and behold, my small little aunt that ain't about 5 foot nothing had the same thing going. And we talked about it. We talked about this Creole blood, this temper. I mean, even my aunt, it's crazy. My cousin didn't even buy a shirt for me. She got it from Amazon, but it says, "I'm not yelling. This is my Creole voice." And being of Creole descent, we are so energetic, dude. We are so feisty people. I don't know if it's the Indian blood in us or what, but don't fuck with the Creole. Don't fuck with the Creole woman. Don't fuck with the Creole man. Don't fuck with the Creole, because we are some very passionate people. And part of the passion turns into temper really quick. I'm learning from about my grandpa, who was also a April Taurus baby and also a feisty motherfucker. He would protect his family at all costs, but he was also beating my grandma. And it's really sad to see that, I inherited something from my auntie, my older auntie. I'm the oldest in my family. She's the oldest. And we did the same thing, power and control. We can't let you do things your way. You got to do it my way. I'm the teacher. I'm the boss. I'm head bitch in charge. And in that moment, in that attitude, right, we started to become abusive. And I know it's not a fucking popular subject. I know it's much easier to just show off all the toys you got or play in the park or drink it away. I saw a lot of people doing that. They're drinking the holidays away, but I'm sober today. And I'm sober enough to have a conversation with my aunt, sober enough to drive her to the Bellagio, and sober enough to enjoy a nice meal in a nice restaurant. Now, I'm a little bit pissed at myself because I didn't holler at the chick that I wanted to talk to. And all I want for Christmas is the balls to talk to beautiful women. But most importantly, what I got for Christmas this year was bonding with my family. I can't tell you how long I've been the black sheep, not being in the group text, not getting the heads up on family events, and also not showing up because, that's how we are. We'll be like, they'll really miss my presence if I don't show up. That's what my brother did. It's unfortunate. You can't get the time back, bro. Not just my bro, but people. You ain't getting the time back. And that's how we're spending our time. We spend it frivolously. We assume there'll be another Christmas. We assume that eventually, there'll be another day. And one of the things that I've been practicing the most, that's so cool. They're trying to catch footballs on skateboards. One of the things that they're practicing the most is not to wait till tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. People get died anytime, anywhere. It's not, doesn't matter if it's a holiday. It doesn't matter how important it is to you. That's what happens. Life happens. And we wait till holidays to celebrate life, which is fine. If you want to wait till Valentine's Day to celebrate love. But the truth of it is, life is happening at us really quickly, dude. And if we don't slow down during the holidays to absorb it, put your hand out and catch some of that plankton, filter out all the water that is life, the the chewings and everything. Check out these guys. Is he gonna catch it? Oh no. Super cool family. But that's what we do. We think that time is promised to us and that there will be another time to unite and that these moments will come up again. And the truth is that we have to grab them as they come. That opportunity to go talk to that girl, it's gone. That opportunity to sit with my aunt, that was yesterday. And if I didn't pick her up from the airport, I was trying to drop her off this morning, but she's going to be at 10:45 p.m., not a.m. But the point was, we bonded, bro. My aunt told me some shit that just blew my motherfucking mind, bro. She was talking about how her temper cost her, her divorce. My temper cost me an abortion that I didn't want. It cost me the life of my child. Hers too. She's like, oh, I used to have such a bad temper. And she's going on and on about how she had seen how much money she spent on psychologists and getting control over her temper. And things she would do, like, she said, you're not chopping it right, Juanita. Or when my Aunt Juanita making her chop the vegetables or whatever she was doing, she's like, no. And wanted to fight back. She's little, but she can't fight someone bigger than her. So what she do, she cut herself. And she showed me on her thumb this big incision. And obviously this was off of live. So this is real life, you know what I mean? This is before everything got crazy. But for you to cut yourself just to get some attention, just to make something stop, I know it sounds crazy and people might have called her crazy, but it was her only way to fight back. And that's what I'm talking about this morning, is fighting back. I want to light up this blunt real quick with you so you have some morning motivation with me before these kids show up. Hold up. Everybody's at the park right now with their kids, playing with the toys. I'm here every day and I never see any parents with kids. It's crazy. It's like, dude, I would be every day with my kid out here, getting them used to being outdoors. That was the cool part about my aunt. She's like, I'm an outdoors girl. I don't like to be in front of the TV. I don't want to just sit and not do anything. We bonded, guys. We bonded on so much level, it's not even funny for me to be able to talk to someone, especially a family member that loves me, since she wiped my ass as a baby, for her to hear that I was suicidal. It scared her. For her to hear that I have tested drugs. Did he catch it? Is he gonna catch it? Is he gonna catch it? Oh yeah! That was dope. He caught it while he was on the skateboard. Fucking dope. That was super dope. He caught it right with his fingertips too. That's the memory, dog. That's the moment. And if you're not there, you miss the moment. And I haven't been in a lot of moments, man. I've excluded myself from family events. They've excluded me from family events. I feel like flipping the whole table of food upside down. You're not a part of the family. It's happened. I was too crazy for them. The same crazy that was in my aunt cutting her finger is the same crazy that my oldest aunt ruled everybody with an iron fist. And then we become tyrants, right? We are almost like victims to our emotions. We were victimized by life. My grandfather, as smart as he was, just like me, and as generous as he is or was, just like me, it didn't fucking matter because he had a temper. And I'm sitting here going like, man, I just need to find me a grandma like my mom. My grandma, short, petite, beautiful, had 5 babies by him. But he beat her, bro. And I don't know a lot of people that like to talk about their family business. I'm sure they're burying it under tequila shots. But, I was shocked. I felt that if I didn't hit my girl, I was loads ahead of the game. Turns out my mouth is as sharp as the same. I can break somebody off real quick as soon as I lose my temper. And that's what we bonded over. Isn't that crazy? We bonded over anger. My cousin Herman, I love him to death, but I've never swung on anybody in an airplane before. It's a little late for all that. And that's what he did. He lost his temper so bad, he's swinging on strangers on the airplane. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Kicked off the flight, missed the flight, arrested, adding things to the issue. I'm going to just tell my Aunt Robin's story right now. She was at a divorce proceeding. And the dude, I don't even know the dude, but they're getting divorced. And he's like, I don't want that. I want your father's money. And she said, Mark, I blacked out. I leaped over. I'm 4 foot nothing. Not even 5 foot tall. My little aunt, not even 100 pounds, jumping like a spider monkey, coming at him. And her lawyer had to fucking grab her, escort her out of the fucking spot, tell her to cool out. She's like, you ruined it. We were so close to winning. And then you had to lose your temper. That's what he wanted. He wanted you to lose your temper so you could lose your case. You know what he did? He signed the divorce papers on her birthday. Some dudes just got to have the control. If it ain't about the money, it's about the birthday. If it ain't about the birthday, it's about the divorce paperwork. It's about getting a rise in people. Watching the new, what's the chick's name? Is Andrew Tate and this other chick, some NBA, admitted that she wanted a lifestyle, bro. And some people, like, she kept saying hearts don't break evenly. Like, it's like a mantra to herself. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. She was absolved of not communicating with an NBA player, right? So she couldn't help but drop NBA baby daddy. And they're after your reputation. They're after your resources. And me as a man, I'm looking around and I'm going, the resources that I have, the untapped things that I actually have is my family. You ain't getting in on this. You're not getting in on grandpa's money. And it was just so weird that we as a family had developed this attitude, especially towards each other, to be nervous around each other. Everybody's got to be on their best behavior. So people had to get a little bit of Drake. Nobody got mouthy or lippy or let someone know what time it is. We are extremely passionate. We are extremely aggressive. And sometimes that shit don't mix. Sometimes it's too much. There's too much sauce. And I definitely had too much sauce on my shit, more than the holiday sauce that came with the dill on top. I was like, take that back, just scrape that off. They just scraped it off and gave me my meal. I'm like, don't throw away that salmon. I got salmon's eggs Benedict yesterday. It was pretty good. But that was the point. It's not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is the only family I know, and the only thing I can do is grow and be a part of the system better than I have been. Better than being this emotional wreck that could just tell everybody fuck off and have no emotional control. It's exactly what I've been talking about all year long. I couldn't fucking believe it. You don't want to fuck with us. Creole people, we mean what we say and we say what we mean. You better hope we don't say it mean. And for me to identify, this is my smallest of my mom's siblings. She's one of 5. The oldest one I always got along with. Because I'm the oldest, right? I'm used to being the oldest, having responsibility over people. And you're probably going to hear me now, feel me now. The whole je ne sais quoi of this message was that not for nothing, us as like a family, right, learning about power and control wheels and how we individually might not be bad people, right? But when you're put in a power position, you might end up as a bad person. We're like, what are you talking about, Saint? Well, let me tell you about this famous study, but it was famous because it was done at a university. And they chose people, they lined them up in twos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're a security guard, you're a prisoner. Cool. Within 24 hours, the first day, people started to abuse the other people. Now, it wasn't that they were abusive people, and it wasn't that they were bad people. And remember, they were chosen at random. I now know how slavery existed. What? Huh? Yeah, 400 years of slavery, bro. We were all addicted to, for more than that, actually, probably 4,000 years of slavery. you know, to be honest, really honest. Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, you name it, slaves everywhere. It wasn't that they were different than us. No, they do the same shit. They do the same type of comparisons. They do the same type of jockeying for position. They did the same type of, there's my guy. They do the same type of shit we do. Jealousy, envy, death, life, love, sex, it was all there. And what's weird is when you take possession of someone, right? If you take possession of somebody and you feel like that, like you got some kind of control. Oh, look how cute the dog is. Super cool, man. That's what's going to happen. You're going to feel like you have some kind of inferiority over somebody. And it might not feel like a superiority, inferiority complex, but it's there. Good morning. Merry Christmas. I'm going to have to get you a doggone shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make dogs on shirts.
Really?
Yeah, man. I see you here every morning. What's your dog's name? What's your dog's name?
Oh, Bowser.
Bowser. Got you. Look at Bowser. He's actually a really well-mannered, cute dog. Hi, Bowser. Hi, buddy. Smelling all those other dogs? Everybody has or needs a companion. And that's what I was learning, dude. It was such a shock to me. I'm like, how could slavery exist? How can holocausts exist? Simply put, inferiority, superiority complex. That's not even simple enough. It's feeling like you are better than somebody. Straight the fuck up. When you feel like it's your job to get somebody to do something, you're the manager, you're the boss, you're going to feel a certain level of superiority over the person. That's my job as the oldest to get all the chores done. And my brother Jeremy wants to be a dick and just watch TV. I gotta go over there, give him a dead leg, interrupt his peace, abuse him, punch him, just to get him to do the thing that he's supposed to do, but didn't want to do. Now, is it my job to raise my brother? No. No, and unfortunately, when I was 10 years old, my dad put his hand on my shoulder and said, you gotta watch out for everybody. So I have an old soul. I grew up at 10 years old. I didn't have much of a childhood, you know? So when I'm looking at a situation like I did, all of a sudden I became my aunt, the older aunt. I became this father figure, teacher, unsolicited teacher. There's my guy playing basketball. He's horrible at it, but he keeps playing, he's happy. For people to, yep, he's still missing, he's so fucking cool, to have some sort of responsibility. They gave you an ultimatum or directive. And our directive is to make sure the prisoners don't do XYZ. They have to eat at a certain time. Now you're in control of somebody else instead of yourself. It's a weird thing, but watch me now. So now when you're in control of someone else, you have a directive, a motive operandi, an MO. And what's your motive? Your motive is to control someone. In a relationship, in a job. And what's really weird, and when I talked to this about my aunt, we talked about women, of course, in the manosphere. And that respect level, you know? I'm watching on the panel last night, no one wants to upset Andrew Tate because he's so smart and he's so rich. They gave him that pass, you know, that free pass, like, I won't give you no shit. But as soon as a woman smells that you might be a little bit weak, you might have to get some shit. Or disrespected, or actually thrown out the house. Like I saw another video, dude was actually physically thrown. That's what's happening. You know, we like to pretend that abuse is only one-sided. It is not. There's a lot of women out there that hear you. That's not your son. What the lady said, that's not your son. That's why he don't look like you. That's why he don't act like you. That's why he don't like you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to jail today. You want to know why some men hit women? At first we go at arms. We're like, who hit who? Right? Or men should never hit women. Man, what happened? Did she show a knife? Like the OnlyFans chick that stabbed homeboy right here Dude, that's it. You murdered somebody, bro. One stab here. Who do you think you are? Troy? You think you're Brad Pitt and you're just getting the biggest guy and just sink? That's what she did, bro. There are a lot of women with anger issues. Anger is not just something that was happening to me. You know, my greatest gift was the bonding over anger with my aunt, but the solution to it, the admission to it, the welcome to the club, son. Welcome to the anger club, boss. We've been waiting for you. We got your number right here. And that's what I started to see. You know, they talked a lot about it on the panel. You know, people that will live in fear, right? They don't want to submit to somebody because it's the new age and I pay all my own bills. But they'll show up to work sick. They might not come to the dinner. You know, oh, I got shit to do. But they need that money. So all of a sudden, you're working sick. Girls will work sick. They'll work long hours. They'll work their weekends. Come to try to hang a date with them. You might be a lower priority. Dishes were a lower priority than TV to my 10-year-old brother. Then a directive happens. That's where the superiority inferiority complex, because someone has power over someone. That's what I was telling my ex. You might not want to be under my thumb, or you don't like my leadership skills, or you don't like the way that I say things, fine. But you are boss. Somebody's your boss. You know who's my boss? I told her. The customer. Always. I'm doing what I want to do till they put cash in my pocket. Now I'm doing what they want to do. I'm making the shirts the way they want it. And by the time they want it. That's the agreement at the price that I set. That's how I work. Magic, right? Everybody wants to be a boss bitch. You know, nobody should be a bitch. Nobody should be making anybody the bitch. And nobody should be feeling like a bitch. And nobody should be treating anybody like a bitch. And nobody should be bitch made. Just facts, bro. And that's what ends up happening. We get trapped into a superiority inferiority complex. She's so much superiority than me. I got approach anxiety. I didn't approach this girl. Now, I made excuses. They're eating. They don't know me. They're strangers. I'm with my aunt. Quick, fast, 5 seconds. Piss me off. And I'm like, is that what you're going to be? Are you going to be the 95% of dudes that have approach anxiety? Or are you going to make her day or make her Christmas or start a whole new love possibly? You don't know because you ain't taking no shots. You don't know because you're still living in fear. You don't know because you're still trying to control someone. And I was just like, oh shit. As long as I operate under a fear level, a control level, a fucking, they call it power level, right? Power and control. If I live on that level, if I live on that dial, there's so much fear and abuse in there, y'all. There's so much scarcity and neglect. But that's not how we do it in the morning motivation. No, sir, no, ma'am. We talk about solutions over here, player. The solution was acknowledgement. It's almost like the AANA, you know, admitting that you're powerless to this drug. It was so trippy that it wasn't a drug I was doing. It was a feeling. I said it all year. I was stuck on my anger. It gave me a buzz. It gave me a power boost. It made me feel powerful. And in that was an addictive feeling. So instead of letting somebody have power over me, right? I just want to be in the power position. It's not that you just don't want to be black. You want to be white so you're not abused like you're black. It's not that anybody think was different or segregation. It was that somebody had to feel superior to someone else. It's always about control, dude. Like another human. Okay, so we abolished slavery. Guess what? Jim Crow laws. And this is in America, but, you know, just today I read a whole article. I think, was it Bill 123 or something here in Nevada? They did something I've been waiting to do. Senator Saint's been waiting to get rid of paper tickets. Late registration is not a criminal offense. It's now a civil offense. And that means you can't be arrested for it. And how many single moms, she was saying the story was she was a single mom, she just moved here, and they caught her on registration. Thousands of dollars, multiple trips to the court, and she's a single mom because of paperwork. Technicalities, dude. What the fuck? So I'm just saying, what the fuck, man? How did slavery happen? What the fuck? What the fuck? Holocaust? Oh shit. This is when we start feeling superior. That's what happens. when we start wearing our ego, when we start pointing our finger, and man, and this is level up shit, because once you can be accountable, you won't have to point fingers at someone else. You won't have to say that was them. No, you can wear it with pride, like your scars. The Germans used to push horsehair in their cuts in their face to look vicious. Girls are intrigued. It means you survived something. It means you can't be killed. That's a whole nother level. That's the level I'm talking about. It's like you don't have to be in cockfights with people. You can use your wits. You can do your Sun Tzu or your art of war. But know that there's power and control wheels everywhere. We really aren't really that much more greedy than not wanting to be in power. You know, nobody likes giving their money over to rent. You know, nobody likes having their boss look at their... This is when I was an entrepreneur too. Never forget it. Gold's Gym, 1999. Homeboy fired me because I was late coming all the way from Boulder City. And to Flamingo and Sandhills, quite a drive. And he was being a dick. And he fired me, bro. And I'm like, I don't like someone else telling me what time to do something. You know? And if it's up to me, I need to be the 5% of people that does approach a woman, that tells myself to approach women, to tell myself don't be a pussy, to go after the things that I want. And it's not just women. It's probably you asking for a raise. It's you not afraid of your dreams. You feel me on that? Because that's what we do. We get scared. We live in that fear world, that power and control wheel. Instead of having power and control over ourselves, we're always doing external. Who's got power over me? The ones you let. Nelson Mandela lived in the prison system, not as a prisoner. No, they said he walked around like he was in his house because he knew they could control his body, but not his mind. And that helped me get through my prison time. The book Endure was that, you know, yeah, sure, you got a hold of my body, but my mind can read. I can think other thoughts. I can feel what I want to feel. I have self-control. That's what it comes down to. Before I lose my mood or temper. You know, they said you lose temper, you end up losing. Good luck to you, bro. Cool story, bro. Tell that story walking. Because guess what? I know me. And I'm like my aunt. I'm jumping over that motherfucking table at you, bro, like a spider monkey. I'm bringing that heat. And to bond over anger with my aunts was like, what the fuck? My family? Oh, it's not just me. Cool. I was feeling psychotic for a second. Oh, it's not just them. Oh, it's everyone. And that really sunk in, that all of us have this to quit. It's anger. And to gain, especially day after Christmas, is bonding. You are not alone. And that girl I was approaching is not perfect. She also has flaws, is human, and poops too. So one of these days, we stop pre-assessing with fear. Oh, I can't talk to her. Approach anxiety, life anxiety. I'm scared of my dreams. Yep. Or are you going to be the 5%er? 1%er that says, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to see what happens. You know what? Let's see what happens when I'm not such an asshole with an ego and a control freak. Let's see what happens when I let go of what does he call that? Form of control is an illusion, dog. Self-control is discipline and mastery. And that's your morning motivation. If you guys think out of this, that's already on. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. But most importantly, you know, share it with the person that needs this message. That's why I do it in the morning. Somebody you've had this conversation with needs this message. I want you to forward it to that person. Be like, yo, this made me think of you. And also tell them you love them. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Ciao. Bella. Beijos. Viva.